What's our first mandolin piece? You still need to sound check this guitar. All right. You still need to sound check this guitar. All right. You still need to sound check this guitar. All right. Waiting, trying to get my guitar. I know it's hard to sit still, right? Keep going. Wow.
Have you? Are you? It sounds acoustic. Have you? Sounds acoustic. Have you? Sounds acoustic.
us off with it. Oh, yeah, maybe you better. Or just... Here, let me just start it off. Okay. I think we're about to be live.
Okay. Oh, we do have audio. All right, we're back in. So here we go. We're going to do a little introduction. Babu.
Bobeth.
Bobeth. Bobeth.
Say that so
B-O-B-E-F-F. That's the easiest way to think about it. Bobeth.
Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the Ranch Roadshow tonight are Glenn and Angie Bobeth. We have first met them 25 years ago, I think, if you're just now tuning in. We used to go to these bluegrass festivals all over the great state of Texas, and these guys were like main staples that you would always find at the festivals. And when you go to these things, it's like running into old friends. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful time in Texas history, my Texas history, that is, and yours too.
Yes.
That's right.
We're so blessed to have them tonight. They're going to entertain us here with several songs. Y'all, hang on to your hat because you never know what you're going to find down the ranch road.
All right. Thank you, Clover. There'll be a little something extra in your envelope this week. Kind introduction. You just tell us when we go.
All right.
Sure, okay, here we go.
Well, this world is not my home. I just pass through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels thank me, heaven's open door, and I can't feel it all in this world anymore.
Oh, Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what would I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel it all in this world anymore.
They're unexpected, that's my key. I know they'll let me through, though I am weak and poor, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Just over in the glory land, there'll be no dying there. The saints are shouting victory and singing everywhere. I hear the voice of those that's gone on before, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what would I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. No, Lord, I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
Yeehaw!
Why, thank you, thank you.
It's so good to be here. Hope all of y'all are having a good evening. It's Friday. But it's,
Yeah, for us it's Friday.
good thing is it's not Friday the 13th, it's Friday the 14th.
Hey, now
Yeah,
that's pretty
huh?
lucky. Yeah, man, that's pretty lucky. And we're in Texas. That's another good thing we're lucky about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, being in Texas.
You know, I'm from the great state of Louisiana, you know, where the swamp mosquito is the state bird there. But I got over here just as fast as I could, I tell
Oh
you.
my.
Just always loved to be here.
Now,
It's
see,
a
I
whole different country.
Hadn't seen a mosquito yet this year, but I have a feeling we're fixing to have a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of standing water around our farm right now. So we'll be taken care of by them, I'm sure. Here's an old gospel tune that we really do like to do. I hope you like it. Pass me not, oh, little Savior. Hear my humble cry. While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by. Savior, hear my humble cry. While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by. Kneeling at the throne of mercy, feel a sweet release. While I'm there in deep contrition, heal my unbelief. Savior, hear my humble cry. While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by.
Hey, hi.
Just in time.
More
Okay.
people. All right.
We're going to have a good time with this thing. Hang on a minute. See if I can get it a little tighter there.
Oh, we're going to switch keys here.
Oh, we are.
Yes, we are. We're going to go to B. We're going to do an old Buck Owens song. I tell you what,
Buck Owens.
some of my
I always
favorite.
liked Buck Owens.
You never think about it much. Now, we're bluegrassers and we do a lot of gospel, but you know, Buck Owens had some great songs that just really fit our bluegrass world. We've taken a couple, this one in particular.
Wow. Hey, I can see the microphone again. I was starting to get a crick in my neck. Going down.
Or you getting a cricket in your neck. Do you have a cricket in your
I
neck?
have a cricket in my neck. Yeah, sure do.
I don't hear
Okay, there
it
we
making noise.
go. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is called Just As Long As You Love Me.
I hope that's a long time.
Well, I don't care if the sun don't shine, don't care if the bells don't chime, just as long as you love me. And I don't care if the tops don't spin, don't care if the gins don't gin, just as long as you love me. Oh, darling, let it rain, let it snow, let the cold north winds blow, just as long as you love me. North or south, east or west, you know I will stand the test, just as long as you love me. Well, I don't care if the birds don't sing, I don't care if the bells don't ring, just as long as you love me. Now I don't care if the world don't turn, I don't care if the fires don't burn, just as long as you love me. Oh, darling, let it rain, let it snow, let the cold north winds blow, just as long as you love me. North or south, east or west, you know I will stand the test, just as long as you love me. Oh, darling, let it rain, let it snow, let the cold north winds blow, just as long as you love me. North or south, east or west, you know I will stand the test, just as long as you love me. Yes, darling, just as long as you love me. Oh, darling, just as long as you love me.
There we go.
That was fun.
Good
I
old
like
Buck
that one.
Owens and the Buckaroos.
Why, thank you.
I tell you. Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Well, at this point, we need to change instruments.
Well, I thought about that, but then I thought about let's do this one first.
Oh, we got another one you got in
Yeah,
mind?
just
What
go
you
ahead and
thinking
do
about?
this. We're going to do, let's do Hold Fast to the Right. We did this last time we were here, and 3 people asked us to redo this, so we're going to do it.
3 whole people?
3 whole people.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness
I couldn't
sakes.
believe it.
Well, okay. That's what we shall do then.
This is called Hold Fast to the Right. Kneel down by the side of your mother, my boy. You have only a moment, I know. And stay till I give you this parting advice. It's all that I have to bestow. Hold fast to the right, hold fast to the right, wherever your footsteps may roam. Forsake not the way of salvation, my boy, that you learned from your mother at home. Play it one time. You will find in your satchel a Bible, my boy, it's the book of all others the best. It will help you to live and prepare you to die, and will lead to the gates of the blessed. Hold fast to the right, hold fast to the right, wherever your footsteps may roam. Forsake not the way of salvation, my boy, that you learned from your mother at home. Play that pretty piece again. I gave you to God in your cradle, my boy, and I taught you the best that I knew. And as long as God's mercy permits me to live, I will never cease praying for you. Hold fast to the right, hold fast to the right, wherever your footsteps may roam. Forsake not the way of salvation, my boy, that you learned from your mother at home. Hold fast to the right, hold fast to the right, wherever your footsteps may roam. Forsake not the way of salvation, my boy, that you learned from your mother at home. All right. Thank you. Okay, how much did they pay y'all to come in here? That'd be great.
Let's do that. We're back.
We're back again. Yeehaw. All right.
Back
We kinda
at the ranch.
Changed up everything. Yeah, we're back at the ranch.
Back at the ranch. Glenn and Angie show. Back at the ranch.
So we're going to do a couple of little songs that I'm just now learning how to do.
Well, that's a good one, too. It's an old John Prine song. Who doesn't like John Prine? I tell you what.
Here we go. Grandpa wore his suit to dance almost every day. No particular reason, he just dressed that way. Brown necktie and matching vest, both his wingtip shoes. Built a closet on our back porch, put a penny in a burned out fuse. Well, Grandpa was carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. He was level on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, called Lincoln won the war. He used to sing me blood on the saddle, walk me on his knee, let me listen to the radio before we had TV. Drive to church on Sunday, and he'd take me with him too. Stained glass in every window, hearing aids in every pew. Well, Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. He was level on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, called Lincoln won the war. Grandma was a teacher, taught school in Bowling Green. Traded in a milking cow for a Singer sewing machine. Called her husband Mister, and she walked real tall and proud. Used to buy me comic books after Grandpa died. Grandpa was a carpenter, he built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoked Camel cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. He was level on the level, shaved even every door. Voted for Eisenhower, called Lincoln won the war. Voted for Eisenhower, called Lincoln won the war. Yeehaw! Man, I hope he ain't rolling over in his grave.
I mean. Oh, man.
Oh, man, boy, that was pretty good.
Well,
I remembered almost all the words.
yes, you did. I'm so proud of
Oh,
you.
gee, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, old John Prine. I tell you what, he was an amazing songwriter.
Oh, yeah, he was. He wrote Dear Abby.
Oh,
That was
I remember.
one of my favorite
Dear
songs
Abby,
when I was
Dear
a
Abby.
teenager.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I learned that song right after her.
You know, he wrote Paradise, too.
He wrote Paradise.
That's a real popular bluegrass
Boy, I'm
tune.
telling you.
People might not even know that.
Man
you know?
knew what he was doing, that's for sure.
Well, I think I want to go off into the coal mines of West Virginia and do the Green Rolling Hills.
Oh, yeah, okay. We can do that.
And that's in D for anyone who wants to sing along or
That's right.
play along. You just never know. Oh, the green rolling hills of West Virginia are the nearest thing to heaven that I know. Oh, the times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They'll keep me and never let me go. My daddy said, don't ever be a miner, 'cause a miner's grave is all you'll ever own. 'Cause there's hard times everywhere, and I don't have a dime to spare. These are the worst times I've ever known. But the green rolling hills of West Virginia are the nearest thing to heaven that I know. that I know. The times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They'll keep me and never let me go. But someday I'll go back to West Virginia, to the green rolling hills I love so well. Oh, someday I'll return, and I know I'll right the wrong. These troubled times will follow me no more. And the green rolling hills of West Virginia are the dearest thing to heaven that I know. Oh, the times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They'll keep me and never let me go. Oh, the times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They'll keep me and never let me go. Yes, they'll keep me and never let me go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
I love that song. Since the first
Makes
time
me
I heard
cry.
it. West Virginia.
You know, you do a great old kind of a Civil War song. It's called Last Letter Home.
Ooh, last letter home.
That's a good one for us to do with this
Okay.
arrangement.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Last letter home.
You know, I don't know how many people realize they're looking at me, they're saying, she's holding that guitar funny. Yes, I saw you kind of zooming in there, so I figured I better explain. Yes, yeah, Shake Russell, Elizabeth Cotton, they all played upside down. Jimi Hendrix played upside down and backwards like I do. I am actually left-handed, and my dad, as I grew up, was a right-handed musician in a country band. And he had some really fabulous, an old Gibson mandolin and a Gibson guitar. And when I was about 11, my dad was working during the time I was at home, and he'd come home in the middle of the night. He was working third shift. So I would get these instruments out. By the time I was 11, 12 years old, I started showing him. I had pulled them out and learned chords and learned songs and went to church and sang a song. And I was playing the thing upside down. I didn't know any different. And it was so hard for me later on to try to even consider turning it around and being truly left that I just continued to play my guitar upside down and backwards. And when I picked up the mandolin, I play it upside down and backwards. I play the fiddle backwards. But now the only thing I couldn't do that with was a 5-string banjo. I had to get me a true left-handed 5-string, and because there's this little thing sticking up in there, it's in your way. So that's why. That's it. It's my daddy's fault. He had all the instruments, but he wasn't wealthy enough to buy left-handed stuff, and he didn't think I was serious, you know. So there you go. That's the story of the left-handed upside-down guitar.
That's where country music will get you. I have heard the cannons thundering at night, and I cannot help but wonder if the rebel cause is right. And the morphine seems to do no good at all. And I would run all the way if I would not fall. And I dreamed of a rose in a Spanish garden, and I kissed you as I placed it in your hand. If I'm ever on my feet again, I will run all the way
just to meet you there. Sorry.
That's okay. It happens to everybody.
You know,
okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now I forgot the verse.
Something about the Southern Cavalry.
Well, I joined the Southern Cavalry for fun. I had rode 1,000 horses, always had a way with a gun. Now among the horseless riders lying still, swallowed up by the cause of Willow's Hill. And I
Dreamed of a rose in a Spanish garden.
and I
Kissed you as I placed it in your hair.
if I'm ever on my feet again, I will run all the way
just to meet you there.
through the day. I watch those Southern boys go down, and they lay like Georgia peaches, bruised tattered on the ground. Through the night I wonder, was it worth the pain? And I cried out, not revenge, but I called your name. And I dreamed of a rose in a Spanish garden, and I kissed you as I placed it in your hair. If I'm ever on my feet again, I will run all the way just to meet you there. I will run all the way just to meet you there. There we go. We made it through
Doggone it. I knew I was going to forget something.
that. Oh, it's okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. You know, I really don't know.
It's just a traditional
It's
tune
an
that
old
we
traditional
know.
tune. We picked up. We had some friends that had a group called Classical Grass. I don't know if you heard of them or not. Remember Kerry Jones and Chuck Gunn and Andy Moritz. And I tell you what, they were just a great group of people. And Chuck sang that song. And for years, I listened to him sing that thing, and I cried every time that he sang that song. And I said, you know what, I got to learn that song. So I learned it, and then I told him, I said, Chuck, I'm going to have to steal the song. And he goes, you don't have to steal it, son, it's yours.
So there you
So
go.
there you go. And I've been singing that thing for, I don't know, 20 years, I guess, off and on. It's just a beautiful song. Just kind of Civil War tune. I kind of like that stuff. Well, what can I say? What you got next on your list there, honey?
Well, hon, I've got this D song. Let's see if I can get through this one. This is Record Book.
Record book. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is
I tell you what, every once in a while you come across a song like this that you kind of hold it dear to your heart, and it means a whole lot to you. There's a couple of songs in my life where they've been like prayers that I would have said for my life, and this one is something that a lot of folks I know you guys out there, Clover, especially you can relate to this. This is called Record Book. To be well known of men, I may not ever be. I'm sure my name will not go down in history. There'll be no marble plaque to tell of my good deeds, nor any great parades to honor me. But there's a record book my name is written in. It was recorded there when I judgment day. My name will not be lost, misplaced or overlooked, for it's kept safely in God's record book. 'Cause there's a record book my name is written in. It was recorded there when I was born again. It never will blot it out. It's sealed forevermore. It's in that book of life kept by the Lord. It's in that book of life kept by the Lord. Record book.
Great name.
I mean, I just love that.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs. Let's see what else you've got on your list
What
here.
do I have on my list?
Let's see, we got Hancock County, Tennessee.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness is right. It's a good story. It's a real good
I
story.
figured it out this morning. These are two old guys in a nursing home. I think that's what it is. They started off as young boys out making trouble out in the country because they didn't have anything else better to do. And then they got older, and then they got really old. So
You mean like almost as old as us?
almost. Can't say a whole lot about that, but anyway, what we do that in?
It's an A.
Hey. Let me see what I can do about that. Hey Luther, I've been thinking how the whole dang world is sinking. You and I ain't even like we used to be. We used to be like brothers, now we hardly know each other. It's a shame that people change, don't you agree? Remember when we traveled down that old dirt road of gravel in a pickup truck that was barely fit to run? The dust and all the clatter sure did make them chickens scatter. Just country boys out to have some fun. And there was moonshine in the stills, rabbits in the hills, squirrels a-barking in the trees, hounds to run all night, girls to hold us tight, back in Hancock County, Tennessee. You remember Sally Larkin? We did some sparking. What Sally taught us they don't teach in country school.
Oh, yeah.
They paid the last $10 to be back in the holler, sipping on a jug of Mountain Dew. Now time sure is passing and we ain't got time for laughing. We got more troubles than our heads can hold. Before we're gone forever, let's go have some fun together like we did before we started growing old. There was moonshine in the stills, rabbits in the hills, squirrels a-barking in the trees, hounds to run all night, girls to hold us tight, back in Hancock County, Tennessee. Well, there was moonshine in the stills, rabbits in the hills, squirrels a-barking in the trees, hounds to run all night, girls to hold us tight, back in Hancock County, Tennessee. Back in Hancock County, Tennessee.
There you go. Why, I like
I
that
used to-
story.
I used to get them words really confused. There was moonshine in the hills, rabbits in the hills,
Something
girls barking in the trees,
girls barking, yeah. We had to
girls
straighten
to
him
run
out.
all night, hounds to hold us tight. Back in Hancock County, Tennessee. Okay, I'm done. I got it out of my system.
Now I'm thinking, do you want to do Place No Wreath, or would you like to move on to Texas Plains?
Oh, well, that means we got to swap instruments.
I know. You know, let's take a break and then we'll come back and do a little bit more for you.
Every morning, I go out to feed the chickens. Sometimes they're out, sometimes they're not. This morning, they're out. So my routine is I just turn on the hose, drag it over there, give them water, then give them feed, then come inside. Dixie caught her like a month ago, and we've been feeding her cat food, which is Possum's favorite hors d'oeuvre. She's been doing good.
We're Clover and Rachel Carroll, and we own a small vacation rental business called We'll Stay Here Again. Not we'll, but will. We'll Stay Here Again. We are currently managing 4 properties in Washington County, but we're growing that every day. One of the best things about being in this business is we get to involve our kids and get to be around our kids all the time. They're a part of what we do, and everyone has a job to do.
This is one of my favorite chickens. Her name is Felina, after the song of Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with the Mexican girl. So I have 3 chickens like this, and I have a lot of chickens. Well, the ones that look like these are called breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I named them myself. So, when it's time to do it, we can eat them in order.
Washington County is the birthplace of Texas. Most of the B&Bs in the area have a historical look to them. They're not like the big cities. People are coming to escape the city. They're coming to relax. They're coming to come see the antiques, shop for antiques, drink wine by a fire, relax, rekindle romance. And that's what we want to foster at our properties.
So this is our summer garden, or what's left of it. The only thing that's still going really well is the okra, of course, and the fire ants, and this little lemon cucumber that my dad says is a wild cucumber, and he's probably right because he usually is about farm stuff. But this is what it looks like. They have a kind of a tart taste, and this is about as big as they get. When they get looking like that, then they're ready to pick. And it loves the heat. Nothing throws it back. As hot as it's been this summer, this thing has just thrived. I mean, look at it.
And it hasn't rained all summer long, so the ground's really hard. My job is to do all of the renovation, handle it all. I love working with my hands. I come from a construction background, and if I don't do it, our team of vendors are handling it. I hear gunshots. One of the good things about living in the country, you feel safe. Everyone out here has guns. every morning I would get up at 4 and I would get into Houston really early, and then I would get back around 7:30, and I really wasn't seeing the kids. In latter part of 2018, Cooper, our middle, was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia.
I want to get ready first.
Does Papa have to get in to help you get in there?
Nope.
Just do a face dive.
No, I'm just.
It's a life-shortening neuromuscular degenerative disease. And it hit us pretty hard. But God's in the business of bringing glory to himself through stories like this. I knew that I wasn't going to be spending the rest of the time that I had driving back and forth to Houston.
But we did know that we wanted to make the most of our family time. We've always made family the priority, but we knew that we needed to change our situation so that we're both here. The best way for us to learn things sometimes is through hardships, through hard things that get our attention and remind us that Christ is the center of all hope and all joy. Being a family-owned business, we get to run everything by our kids first and see if they enjoy it. The waffles were definitely a big hit.
With syrup and grape jelly and whipped cream and chocolate chips and ready-made Bisquick mix and sprinkles. Don't forget sprinkles. We're also adding a hot tub this fall at all of the properties. We're going to have some hot tubs, and we are going to be bringing in a grocery delivery if you want grocery delivery, if you want a masseuse. And one of the things that we really like is having a background in jazz music. You can have your own private jazz concert.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fishing or jumping, and the cotton is high. Your papa's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
The Burton Cotton Gin Festival that happens every spring is a big draw from all over Texas, and it is like going back in time. Just everything. They have everything. They had a bubblegum blowing contest, a funnel, they had a pie eating contest. So there's the Cotton Gin, which is that houses the oldest diesel engine of its kind called the Lady B that still runs today. And so they fire it up at the Cotton Gin Festival. You can see it. So there's a big draw for that. So we have the Cotton Gin, and then we have the Cotton Den, which you can see Library of Congress photos. By the way, Rachel does all the decoration. She does all of the decor, which is another name for decoration.
The Cotton Den is the perfect spot for a little family gathering. It has a very quiet, peaceful interior. We've brought the history of the Cotton Gin into that little space. The backyard is my favorite, though. It's perfect for small wedding or gathering. Clover did a gorgeous job putting together a chandelier in the backyard. We bring in picnic tables, and there's also this historic cistern in the back.
I guess I'd say how we're different from other vacation rentals in our area is our level of hospitality. If you come and you forget something, we're going to take care of you. We're going to find that for you. If you have a special need, we're going to take care of you. If you want a fire made for you, we'll get that fire made for you. If you need groceries delivered, we can get groceries delivered. If you want a masseuse, we can get a masseuse lined up. We're even experimenting with carriage rides this next season.
Our places are not in the big city. They're the quaint getaways that are quiet, peaceful, beautiful. That's what people get when they come to one of our places.
We know when you travel, you want a vacation rental that has all the conveniences of home, so you can focus on what matters most on your vacation. We love hospitality, and we want someone to come and stay at one of our places and have an amazing stay. We want to be your home away from home. Well, I imagine that some of you are wondering what you just heard. And what you just heard was what's called sacred harp singing, or also shape note singing. And I'm going to ask Jerry Wright here. Jerry.
Yes, Chloe.
Tell us about shape note or sacred harp singing.
Well, first of all, it's not a gimmick. It's a real thing. People 200 years ago did this all over the country because, one thing, they didn't really understand our current musical system. They didn't understand the staff or the scale or whatever.
That's kind of like Matthew.
To tell you the truth, well, I was fixing to say the same thing. I don't think I understand it either, you know. But what they did, they devised a system to teach people to sing, and it's in the form of shapes. Here in East Texas, we do 4 shapes. Out in North Carolina, they do 7 shapes. It's a little square and a little circle and a little flag-looking thing and a me. And you know, and you heard us sing the shapes. You know, well, what that's all about is we're not having to think about words. We're just singing the shapes, and that way we learn the song. Then after we get the song learned, well, then we sing what they call the poetry to it and put the words to it. But we're actually learning that song when we're singing the shapes. And so traditionally, we sing the shapes before we sing the poetry.
Gotcha. Hold that book up for us to see. That's something, if you look for Sacred Harp Singing, you're going to see that book. It's just about everywhere you look for it. And speaking of that, tell us, if someone wanted to get involved in Sacred Harp Singing, how would they do that?
Well, first of all, Clover, it's interesting that the pastor showed me earlier this evening that here in the church they have a book.
You can put your book down.
Like this, that was dated back in the 1800s. And this stuff is really sang, all over the place. Actually, there's a place in Bryan College Station area, and there's down in Houston, and there's a convention that happens in Henderson, Texas every year that has been going on before the Civil War. And so they meet every year, and people come from all over the country, and so it's out there. So if you're a computer person and you understand Google, if you just typed in Faso La, it will find this, and you can find out maybe what's in your area or more about it. And if you don't understand anything that I just said, you might want to come to me afterwards, and we'll talk about it, and I can point you in the right direction.
Well, thank you so much.
I grew up in Austin. I'm a 7th generation Texan, 3rd generation Austinite, so it's in the blood. I've always had a fascination with any historical maps, but especially Texas history. The reason I like historical maps, since I was a kid, I've always been inspired by them, and the old atlases and the old historical maps, especially the Republic of Texas, that time period. Just always been fascinated, and I knew once I created that first map, I was hooked. It started off as a board game idea, believe it or not. Like I was gonna make a Texas Risk, a Texas version of Risk. It dawned on me, hey, why not just make a historical map? And 3 prototypes later, the Battlefield Texas emerged. I look at a lot of historical maps for inspiration, like the Republic of Texas map. It's based off the Bradford map, 1838, so it's an actual map created at that time period, and I'll recreate them and put all the illustrations based on that historical map. So it's, I'm constantly looking at old maps and old atlases. Seeing the map printed for the first time after it came off the press, it was exciting. I knew there was something unique here, and it was just the beginning. Of course you don't know how far it's going to go, but you have a gut feeling telling you, hey, this is unique, and I'm proud of it, and let's see what happens.
What did your wife think about it?
Well, at first she thought I was crazy, because here it is, the 3rd prototype. She's asking me constantly, why are you redoing this thing? Are you losing your mind? It's been 7-8 years in the making. So she just thought I was obsessed with this map, and then she realized, okay, now I see why you did it. After we started doing more art shows and the response we got from customers, so she realized, wow, we have something unique here, and this is exciting, and then she stopped calling me crazy. The idea was to get away from the computer. Completely got burned out, 15 years on the computer, Macintosh. It's nice to use the old hands again, because back in high school and junior college, I used to use a lot of traditional, old school tools instead of the computer. So it was nice to get back into that, and that was part of the goal, and to use the old hands again. One of the highlights of my career is just the fact that I'm doing this full time, and for the first time, truly happy.
No, hello there.
Blast off!
We're back. We cut our heads off.
Yeah,
there we go.
we decided we didn't want to look like we didn't know how to stand up, so we decided to stand up. Well, you know, we can't do a program without doing a little bit of yodeling, you know.
That's right.
There was a few years way back when I traveled the country with a little group called Hayes County Gals, and we did a whole lot of cowboy songs from way back, and I had to learn to yodel. And this was one of my favorites. You ready?
Yeah.
I wanna drink my coffee from an old tin can while the full moon's riding high. I wanna hear the sound of the whippoorwill, wanna hear that coyote cry. I wanna feel a saddled horse between my legs, riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side, make him show his step and pride. Out on my Texas plains, I-de-o-de-lo-de-o, o-lo-de, o-lo-de, o-le-o-de-o, I-de-o-de-lo-de-o, o-lo-de, o-lo-de, o-le-o-de, yeah. All right. Well, we didn't blow anything up, so I guess we can keep going.
I don't know, that monitor's over there smoking.
I wanna hear the thunder as it booms and rolls, wanna feel that wind in my face. 1,000 miles from those city lights, earning a cowhand's wage. Well, I wanna sleep at night beneath the stars above, with the full moon shining down. I wanna cook my coffee over cactus coals, 50 miles from town. I-de-o-de-lo-de-o, o-lo-de, o-lo-de, o-le-o-de-o, I-de-o-de-lo-de-o, o-lo-de, o-lo-de, o-le-o-de. There we go. Let's do a yodel again, honey.
Go ahead.
I-de-o-de-lo-de-o, o-lo-de, o-lo-de, o-le-o-de-o, I-de-o-de-lo-de-o, o-lo-de, o-lo-de, o-le-o-de, I-de-o-de-lo-de, o-lo-de.
Yeehaw! That's always a lot of fun. She thinks I'm going to do that, and I can't.
Well,
If I did that, I'd have to have an operation.
Let me get back to my cheat sheet
There
here
you
so I
go.
know what we're doing. How
What
about,
are we doing?
you know, we're going to be married 20 years this year,
20
honey.
years.
Yeah, like July the 4th.
What's your secret?
Well, the secret is finding,
Always, gentlemen, always just say yes.
you know, he makes me happy. What can I say? Waited a long time to find each other, but when we did, we knew we had a match made in heaven.
Yeah,
And,
because if we'd have met any earlier in our lives, we'd have probably killed each other.
Met at the right time. God brought us together at the right time in our lives, that's for sure.
I guarantee you. All right, so we're going to do the anniversary tune. Is that what we're going to do?
I think so. That's
Yeah,
a
we
good
had
one.
2 more requests to do that last time from last
I'll
time.
try to hold it a little more still. I think I'm struggling.
You doing that? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Audio guy's just having a fit over there right now.
Sorry. Sorry, Darren.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'll try to hold more still. It's
Try to
really
hold
hard for
still.
me. I can't hardly hold still.
Yeah, she's not only the bass player, she's also the metronome.
It's hard to play for a Baptist church because I'm always moving my feet, you know.
Yeah,
and
boy, you
I
ought to
get
see
in
the
trouble.
looks we keep getting from the deacons. Guarantee you. Okay, all right, so we're going to do the anniversary tune, right?
All right.
All right, happy anniversary, everybody. Well, you asked me if I love you when you're wrinkled and old. Well, I always love you. You ask me if I love you when you're wrinkled and old. Well, I'll always love you.
You know I love you just as truly as I love you today.
And you'll be just as precious as on our wedding day. We'll stroll through life together each day, hand in hand.
When I'm a little old lady
And I'm a little old man. Well, you ask me if I love you when you're wrinkled and old. Well, I'll always love you. You ask me if I love you when you're wrinkled and old. Well, I'll always love you. Well, you ask me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I'll always need you. You ask me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I always need you.
You know I'll love you just as truly as I love you today.
And you'll be just as precious as on our wedding day. We'll stroll through life together each day, hand in hand.
When I'm a little old lady
And I'm a little old man.
Well,
Well, you ask me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I always need you. You ask me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I always love you. I'm a little old man. Well, I always love you. I always love you. I always love you. Ah! Oh my!
Oh, oh man.
Find a way to get through all of it,
We
I
do.
guarantee you.
We're that getting that older thing. You know what do they call that thing? You know, I can never remember. You know.
Well, all right. So what you got left?
Well,
over
I got a farm in Louisiana
there?
tune.
A farm in Louisiana team. Okay, we're gonna do that in A, right? Or we're gonna do that in B. Remember, what was that key
I
sign?
think A would work on
A
that.
would work on that. Okay. We struggle sometimes.
We, you know, I'm from Texas. I'm a sixth generation Texan, and Glenn is from Louisiana, and he always says he got here just as fast as he could to Texas.
Yes.
I'm having some issues with that thing, aren't I? We need some duct tape. But this is a song that's written by Governor Jimmy Davis from years past.
That's right.
Yeah, the same one who did the You Are My Sunshine. He was the one that wrote that.
Yes, you did.
Well, let's do this one.
Well, okay. Here we go. We'll give that a shot. Oh, look,
Hey,
you came over
did
with the
bring
duct tape. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Clover.
There we go. Okay, if you can't fix it with duct tape, you can't fix it at all. Well, I'm thinking tonight of Dixie, cotton fields and whippoorwills, where I spent my happy childhood amongst the rocks and the wooded hills. Well, I see my dear old mother as around the place she strolls, on my farm in Louisiana where the old Red River flows. You can hear the people singing soft and low in the twilight and the evening so low, so low. On my farm in Louisiana where the old Red River flows. Now the lights are bright on Broadway, that scenic great white way, near Coney Island where the liquor makes you gay. But I'm headed south with my love on the icy wind we go to my farm in Louisiana where so low, so low. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. Let's yodel again. Thank you.
Who says Louisiana boys can't yodel?
There you man, you sound pretty good. Must be a good influence on you.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, honey, we got one more song we can do
One
for
more
'em.
song.
I think
My
it's
goodness, how the time flies when we're having fun.
Yes, tell you what.
Or some people are probably saying, thank God it's over.
Well, what is?
Tell us a story. How you guys got together, or something like that.
How we got together? Okay, well, you want to tell them how we got
Well,
together?
we
Tell 'em
all-
the
we
first time you
both-
seen each other.
Well, you know, I'm a singer-songwriter. Of course, I didn't do any of that stuff tonight because I want to do that at a different time. But we had an organization called Bay Area Bluegrass down in League City, Texas. And I was asked to host and be a part of a songwriter workshop down there. And so me and a couple of friends, we were doing a little band called Cactus Pickers way on back then. Lulu Barber and I and Gary Johnson. And we sitting in there doing our songwriter workshop one night at Baba, and in walked this handsome guy. I tell you what, I thought he was a silver fox. You know, he had all this gold on his neck, and he had a fancy black hat on, and he was in a black vest. And
She made me sell all that.
he looked pretty sharp, and I thought to myself, he really likes himself a lot, but he is kind of cute. Well, sometime after that, they needed someone to sing in White Dove, the gospel band that he was actually the lead singer for, and they recruited me. And well, he decided he didn't want to let me go, so he married me.
Sometimes that's the only way you can keep good help, you know?
Just marry him. That's right.
Well, it was a very interesting thing.
And
She came along at the right time, and of course, you know, she came in, was just supposed to help us out. That's all she was doing. We were scheduled to do Salmon Lake at the Gospel Music Festival, and so we recruited her to come on in and do that. And boy, she was just daggum good. Of course, nobody could watch her play the guitar because she played it upside down and backwards and all of that. So, but after we got used to that, man, boy, having that girl singer made a whole heck of a lot of difference, I guarantee you. And boy, I just thought she was pretty as thing. And I said, oh man, you know, I sure would like to keep her around.
I'm gonna let you ride in the car tonight.
Oh, thank you. I was hoping for a ride home.
Isn't that something? He's so sweet.
Yeah. So, but that's how we met in the original sense, and after that, we just kind of started seeing each other. We heard about each other over the years. She was running in one group of circle. I was running in another group. We'd run across each other now and then, but you know, nothing like what we had planned on. That's for sure. And so here we are.
That's right.
20 years.
How many years did we do?
We
Have we
dated
done
for
White
3
Dove?
years, and then we married.
That's
and
right.
so 23 years that we've been together. And I'll tell you right now, Clover, that you know this to be true, that it don't seem like it.
No, it
just
doesn't.
really don't. It don't seem like it.
Nope.
She told me 20 years, and I went, what? I must have been just woke up or something, because that sure didn't seem like it was that long.
That's right. When you marry the right person, it seems like it's just yesterday.
And we've been hanging out together all
That's
this
right.
time, you know. And we enjoy hanging out together. That's the best part about it. We don't get tired.
No, I don't. I tell him that all the time. I know there's a lot of women out there glad when their husband goes to work, but I just can't wait for him to get home.
Yeah.
You know, we'd be 70 in a few years, and I still feel like that. I'd be glad when you retire so I can have you home all the time.
You won't be near as happy to be retired as I will.
I know it.
Guarantee you. 6 days on the road, and I'm going to make it home tonight.
That's man, I mean.
Okay, so what we got?
We got to hold fast to the right.
Hold fast. We did hold fast to the right already.
Not today.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did while we was in the mandolin thing.
Well, you know what?
So now you're gonna have to look at that list all over.
You know that's it, unless you got something else. I know you can come up with something.
Okay, well, let's do a gospel tune.
Well, we know a lot of them.
Yeah, we know a lot of them. Well, some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, your glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Now when the shadow of this life is gone, I'll fly away like a bird from prison bars have flown. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, your glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Now just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joys will never end. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, your glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Now will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, Undertaker, drive it easy, drive it slow, for that body that you're hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Now will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There you go. We hope that y'all have had as much fun as what we had.
This has been a lot of fun.
It has just been great. And Clover, thank you so much
Absolutely.
for having us out. And thank you for telling all the neighbors to go someplace else so they didn't have to hear all this racket. But we just like to thank you from the bottom of our heart. You do a great job, and we're real happy to have you.
That's right.
Well, we're
Absolutely.
so thankful to have you. Thank you so much, Glenn and Angie.
All right.
Oh,